took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Ryan. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Check 50.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Break it set. 54 Mike. Give me that ball, defense.
After the run, Watson gonna throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He's going to fire one deep left side, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 3. Check 24. Check 24. 59.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He completes it to Bryant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Set. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, check. He's checking.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, Watson, this is caught. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch.
Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So quite a turn of events right there.
Indeed it is. I mean, they thought the worst that could happen was they'd get a field goal attempt to break the tie. Instead, interception, long return, and now the other guys have a great shot to go ahead.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They'll wind up with 7 on the dump-off, but it'll set up 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
We got to step it up. 45. 45. Mike, 45. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Now this time he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. Vincent Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Trying to stick with Dez. There got too physical. Pass interference.
I like your note there. So physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there.
Out of the gun, Watson. Smith catches left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st down, Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Let's go. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Watson on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. From the red zone now, Watson looking in end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got it. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney merciless. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
It's 2nd down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll get the first-rounder, Caleb McGarry, there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's get it.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his 2nd catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. It's caught. Jones hit and the ball's out. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
it is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 30, 20, and they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
It got his man complete. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's got some space here. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Ryan. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey, let's get there.
After the interception, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
You 24. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Throwing again is Watson. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Desmond Trufant. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hunt. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Switch it, switch it.
They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
This is that. 19. 54. Mike, 55. 59. We own them. Hey, check 24.
To throw is Watson on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Hey, no timeout.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
On 2nd down now. It's Hunt, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Reset. 19. Match by 4. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a fair catch successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney merciless in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 4-1's my school. Here we go, here we go. 41's the mic. 41's the mic.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
41's coming. 41's the mic.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now Ryan on first down. Flush to his right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting up.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. On third down, Ryan.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Throw left side complete to QT. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot and run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3 buzz. Right there. 54, right there.
Here's Watson.
Here we go.
Flushed out right. That one is caught by Hunt. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack. And that'll be marked down as their 1st sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the 1st half. But now they've gotten their 1st sack here in the 2nd half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, this is a new concept. It's 3rd down, but they've got the punt unit on. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that. Coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland.
Intercepted. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.